Cool. So we know for a fact that our standard of the week, and we're gonna go back today. I know we talked about it yesterday, but I do want to just make sure that we are aware of what we are learning for this week, which is 5W2, write an informative or an explanatory text to examine a topic and state an idea and information clearly. But before I tell you to write an informative essay, I need to make sure that you understand how to find a topic, how to read a story, and gather information that supports the topic that you are going to write about, which is what our homework from last night basically helped us break down. Yesterday, we read a story called The Incredible Robot, which I'm now going to place on the board, which was source number 1 and source number 2. Where did it go? It's hiding from you now. No. That's source 1. That's not it. Oh, you don't like it. That ain't it. That's okay. I know where it's hiding.
Okay, I think it's the tab under the clock. I think the clock is blocking.
Thank you, friend. Alright, so we read this story yesterday. One thing that we did not do was we didn't play the game of tell me the topic of this passage with 10 words or less. So let's do a recap. Incredible Robots basically talked about what? Who think they remember? Devano, what did it basically talk about?
How helpful the robots can be.
How helpful the robots can be, okay? Roy,
What they do for you.
what they can do for you. What else? Killian.
The topic talks about different robots and how they help in different ways.
Okay, in the passage it focused on different robots and how they were helpful as far as what they do with inside of it. Serenity, my last person, talk to me.
How they function and how they look.
How they function and how they look. And I definitely agree with you on that. That is actually what that passage focused on. And if you realize it, everybody just told me about this passage. Did they use more than 10 words? No, they did. A couple of words would help you basically figure out what a passage is about. Now, last night for homework, you were to read source number 2, which was robots aren't afraid of anything. Can somebody tell me what stuck out to you that was different from passage number 2 to passage number 1? What was different, Rory?
That you can control the robot with your phone.
You can control the robot with your phone. What about you, friend?
How they do dangerous jobs.
How they did a dangerous job. Because they didn't talk about that within the first paragraph. I mean, the first passage, right? They only talked about their functions, right? What else did you find, Cody?
What they use them for? Like what they use the robots for?
The usage of robots, exactly. So it went a little bit more in depth. It gave us a little bit more insight to that. So what I want you to do now is open up to the homework page that you were given last night, which was a student response. On that student response, you had 5 questions that you had to focus on, right? I'm coming around with my clipboard because I want to see if you were able to either tell me the topic, because that's the main thing about our standard. We got to be able to determine the topic, right? And we got to find details that support it. So, as I walk around, if you didn't find it or you had trouble locating it, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal because we're going to break it down because we're going to look at the other one. So I see a lot of us went with the very first sentence, which was that robots are really cool because they look like real people. Okay. Cool. All right, so Cody, what is the topic of this essay?
The topic of the essay.
What did you write?
I didn't really write anything.
You wrote something. It may not be a lot, but tell me what you wrote.
Robots.
Robots. Do we agree with him?
Yes.
Yes, that essay was about robots. So even though he didn't write a full-fledged sentence, is he right?
Yes.
Yes, he's right. It's about robots. Now when we look at question number 2, it says the writer attempts to elaborate by including her own thinking. What do you think that means? What do you think that meant by you? I'm not. What do you think? She's putting her own thoughts in her paragraph. Good job, Aminata. Good job. So, what sentences? If you didn't get to find it last night, I want you to underline it today as we're going through, okay? Which sentences shows us her thoughts? I'm going to give you about a minute to look through it. Point to me with your finger, friend. Show me which one. Don't say it out loud. I'm letting people have a minute. You close. Keep looking. That's why I didn't want you to say that loud. Keep looking. Which one you pointed at? You pointed at 2 sentences right now. Okay, that second one, yes, but not that first one. You close though. No, not that one.
So the second one.
Look again.
So the second one.
Yep. Give me one. Hey, baby. Not that one. You close though. You got one that you got one on your paper, but you showed me the wrong one. Give me another choice. If it's not down there, where's the another one that you have circled or underlined that could be her own thoughts or her own words? No. Not that one. Underline. So I can see. I know it's mine. I'm lying. I agree with that, Mr. Royal. I agree, Mr. Devano. Think about it. If it's her own thoughts, what is a key word that may show you it's her own words or her own thoughts? I, right? So, Royal, can you tell me one that you underline?
But the robot must look cool because it has rubber that looks like real skin.
Do we agree or disagree with that?
Agree.
I agree with that. What did you put, Devano?
Well, I am not surprised because big and space can be pretty dangerous.
Do we agree or disagree with that?
I agree.
We agree with that, right? Okay, show me. Wait, I'm missing one more.
Well, I am not surprised that.
Well, he just gave me that one. Yes, I like that one, Sorrente. I guess robots probably do stuff outside of the space station that would be the most dangerous place. So, those, there's one more. Who gonna give me my one more? Come on, tell me.
I would like to see that for real.
I would like to see that for real. Those are her own thoughts, right? That's what you put? Well, you got it. So we should have 4 things underlined. Well, I'm not surprised. I guess robots probably do stuff, but the robot must look, and I would like to see that. Those are the 4 things that shows her thoughts. Okay? Now, move on to question number 3. It says, place a line through the sentences that are not needed. What's not needed? What's really not needed?
They didn't have a robot.
About the movie. Those last 3 sentences should not be there. Because who cares about the movie? Is the movie talking about a robot?
No.
No, it's not. What do you think?
I saw robots at Disney World, and that was cool. My sister was scared of them, so we had to leave.
So that would be there. Why do you think that should be there?
Because it's not really talking about what the robots do or not the robots.
Okay, so listen to my question. Why would that need to be there? Because that needs to be there. Where is that located right now? At the beginning, right? And at the beginning of every essay, you need a what? What's the number one thing you need?
Opening statement.
You need an opening statement. And if I'm going to catch a reader that's your age, only way I can do is by telling you, hey, when I went to Disney World, my sister was scared of the robots. At that point, it's going to draw your attention in because you're going to be like, ooh, so what you been to tell me about what happened with these robots? That makes sense? So that is known as the what?
Opening statement. The hook.
The hook. That is known as the hook, okay? So we need to make sure that we can recognize the parts of an essay before we can move on to actually writing an essay. That makes sense? So that first paragraph is the introduction. What's that second paragraph called? We're doing a quick review?
A body.
A body. And what's the third paragraph?
It's a conclusion.
How do we know it's a conclusion? Because it says that it's in conclusion, right? So we got to know the parts before we can actually put it all together. But good, I like that. I'm glad you brought that. That made me have to do a quick review real quick. So now when we're looking at question number, where we on? 5? 4. What information? What information from source 2? Not source 2. Paragraph source 1. Could we put inside of this to make it a little bit more, how can we say, helpful? Let's go with that. Huh? You said no information. Okay, he said don't add information. I like that. What do you think, Amina?
I think that he or she should add, he or she should add how robots are very helpful and what they can do for you.
Okay, maybe add in the helpful stuff that came from source number 1. I can take that answer, Devano.
They should add more things that the robots did.
Add more of what the robots did to show how helpful. That's some evidence. I like that. Last one. Talk to me. She can add in about how they were able to control the robots and how they were able to utilize them. I like that. Come on, last one.
How robots function.
Okay, basically how they are functioning. All that will help do what for her essay?
Make it better.
Make it better, right? So then she won't have a low score. She has a very good score if she adds in that information, right? Because now she may add on what? Another paragraph, right? Instead of having 3. All right, so do we have any questions about 1 through 4 before we move on to the second one?
No.
Everybody feel okay with it? What's up?
Most robots are functioned to do things that most humans can't do.
We could add that in there as well, because we are trying to capture the attention about what? Robots, right?
Yes.
Cool. So now for mid-source number 2. If it says mid-source, more than likely this person got a what?
A mid-score.
A mid-score, a decent score, right? Probably not a high score, but a decent score, right? So, do we all have our laptops?
Yes.
Cool. So, pull your laptops out. Do know that mid-score is tonight's homework. You're going to read over that essay. You're going to do the same thing you did last night and answer those questions. Put a star at the top of mid-score so you know that's your homework for the night. I do need for you to go and log on to ClassLink and go to a Nearpod.
Yes, sir.
Yes, baby. When you are on the Nearpod, let me know. I will display the code up on the board. I want to make sure that everybody is able. Can you push in your chair for me, baby? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so we do know, like I said, that our standard of this week is to write an informative and explanatory text to examine a topic and state ideas and information clearly. So I found a Nearpod. We're going to use it as a slick review. Just to go over informative and explanatory writing. It's going to ask you some questions. I know I just want to see if there's some things that I myself need to go back over and reteach and put into our small groups for tomorrow so that we can start being able to prepare to start writing our essay. The code is BP2Z8. I am going to write it on the board for my friends that's over here so that you can physically see it. Once you have put the code in, let me know so then I can go ahead and hit begin and we can get started. Yes, baby. Do I have a who, baby? Yes, I do. Give me a second. I will give it to you. You can actually move over here because the charger is on this side. It's behind my thing. Yep. Thank you, baby. Alright, everybody got to log in. Make sure you put your name, please. No silly names because I'll need to see who is who and no. I am going to randomize and I am going to pause it so if we have questions we can have a small discussion. Only a small discussion, okay? Nothing lengthy because we still got to move on to our grammar lesson too.
Sports.
Okay, let's take a vote. If you want to do space, raise your hand. Okay, sports. Sports. That's okay. My space people, we will do it. So we got another review to do for grammar. So we'll do we'll do space for grammar. That's deal?
Yeah.
All right. I need everybody to connect for me, please. And please remember, put your name. I am proud to say as I walked around, a lot of you guys had the topics in, which I was able to check off. So that's a good thing. You did. You did. So remember, for tomorrow's homework though, I am going to be looking for the evidence. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Today we was only focused on if we can find the topic. I got 18 people in here. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I'm missing some friends.
I'm here, boy.
You got 30 seconds before I hit.